She said, "You work too much. I'm dating your roommate until you get your priorities straight." I said, "Smart move." Then I bought the house and evicted them both. She realized her mistake when she saw the property deed. Original post: I, 29 male, was reviewing contracts for a client when Megan, 27, dropped her bomb. We'd been together 2 years, living in a rental house with my roommate, Derek, 31, for the last 8 months. Megan: "Nathan, we need to talk." Me, not looking up from my laptop. "Can it wait? This is due by midnight." "That's exactly the problem. It's always work with you." Finally, looking up. "I'm a contract attorney. End of quarter means everyone needs everything yesterday." "When's the last time we went on a real date? Not takeout between your cases." "Last month we went to that Italian place. 3 months ago. And you answered emails the entire time." She wasn't wrong. I'd been grinding hard, taking every contract gig I could get, building my client base, saving money, had goals. "Megan, I'm done competing with your laptop for attention." "Meaning?" "Derek actually makes time for people. He listens. He's present." The way she said his name made my stomach drop. "Derek, my roommate Derek. We've been hanging out while you work. He gets me, Nathan. He prioritizes relationships over billable hours." "You're sleeping with my roommate?" "Not yet, but I'm going to. Consider this notice. I'm dating Derek until you get your priorities straight. When you decide I'm worth more than a contract review, we can talk." The audacity knocked the wind out of me. Not "I'm leaving you." Not "it's over." But "I'm keeping you as backup while I test drive your roommate." Me. "So this is what, an ultimatum? Stop working or you'll bang Derek?" It's a wake-up call. I'll still live here, still care about you, but I need someone who chooses me. When you're ready to be that person, I'll be waiting. I stared at her, really looked at her. The entitlement was breathtaking. Me, smart move. Brightening. "You understand?" "Completely." "Derek it is then." Went back to my contract. She stood there for another minute, probably expecting begging or anger. Got neither. Eventually stomped off to Derek's room. Heard them talking, laughing, whatever. Finished the contract at 3 a.m. But instead of sleeping, I opened a different document. Our lease agreement. See, what Megan didn't know, what even Derek didn't know, was that our landlord, Mr. Peterson, had been floating the idea of selling. Property values in our area had exploded. He'd mentioned it casually last month, said he'd give me first dibs if I was interested. I'd been saving for exactly this opportunity. Every boring billable hour, every prioritized contract, every skipped dinner, it was all building towards something. Pulled up my finances. Savings, $47,000. Investment account, $23,000. Current monthly income, $8,500, averaging 60-hour weeks. Credit score, 785, enough for a down payment, more than enough. Emailed Mr. Peterson at 3:47 a.m. Regarding the property sale we discussed, "I'm interested. Can we meet this week?" His response came at 6 a.m. "Excellent. How's Thursday? I haven't listed it yet. Hoping you'd bite." Thursday. 4 days away. 4 days of Megan and Derek's arrangement. Time to play the long game. Update 1. 1 week later. The week was a masterclass in entitlement. Megan really thought she'd cracked the code. She'd float between Derek's room and common areas, making sure I saw her. Little touches on his arm, sitting on his lap during movie night. PDA that screamed, "Look what you're missing." Derek, for his part, was loving it. Dude went from zero to hero overnight. Suddenly had opinions about my work schedule. "Bro, maybe Megan has a point. Life's about balance, you know?" Me, "Totally. You're so balanced. Part-time barista, part-time DJ, full-time philosopher. It's about being present, man, living in the moment." My mortgage pre-approval just came through. That present enough? Mortgage? You're buying a place? Eventually, when the right opportunity comes up. Let him think it was future tense. Meanwhile, I'd met with Mr. Peterson. He wanted $340,000. Market rate was closer to $380,000, but he liked me and wanted a quick, clean sale. No agents, no showings, no hassle. I offered $335,000. We shook on $337,500. The inspection was scheduled for Monday, closing in 30 days. But the real entertainment was watching Megan's escalating attempts to make me jealous. She started cooking elaborate dinners for Derek in our kitchen while I worked. "Megan, Derek loves my mushroom risotto. It's so nice cooking for someone who appreciates it." Me, Smells good? Save me leftovers? Not the reaction she wanted. She started leaving her stuff in Derek's room, pointedly. Her toothbrush migrated, then her robe, then half her closet. Megan, just making things easier since I'm spending nights there. Me, smart, efficient. She looked frustrated. Doesn't this bother you? You made your choice. I'm respecting it. By working more, you haven't changed at all. Actually, I'm making some big changes. You'll see. She stormed off. 20 minutes later, heard very theatrical moaning from Derek's room, like porn level obvious. Put on my noise-canceling headphones and kept working. The kicker came Friday night. I was in the kitchen when Megan cornered me. Megan, we need to talk about rent. What about it? Well, I'm basically living with Derek now. We should split it differently. How so? You have the master bedroom. You should pay more. Maybe 50% instead of 33%. The mental gymnastics were Olympic level. So you want me to subsidize your relationship with Derek? It's about fair use of space. You have the biggest room and the office setup, which I had when we split everything equally. Things change, Nathan. Adapt. I smiled. You're absolutely right. Things do change. Signed the purchase agreement that night, sent the earnest money. The house would be mine in 23 days. Derek wandered out around midnight, grabbing a beer. Hey man, about the rent thing. Megan made some good points. I'm sure she did. So you'll think about it? Already am. Big picture thinking. He clinked his beer against my coffee mug. Cool, bro. Knew you'd be reasonable. If only he knew. Update 2. 2 weeks later. The inspection went perfectly. Some minor fixes, nothing structural. Closing was locked for the 28th. Meanwhile, Megan and Derek's entitlement reached new heights. They'd basically taken over the common areas. Derek's DJ equipment spread across the living room. Megan's crafting supplies conquered the dining table. My workspace shrunk to my bedroom. When I mentioned it, Derek, bro, you're always in your room anyway. We're just utilizing unused space. Maybe if you joined us sometimes instead of hiding with work. The guilt trips were constant, but ineffective. Hard to guilt someone who's documenting everything for future reference. Then they got bolder. Came home to find they'd thrown a party. Tuesday night, 20 people in my house. Megan, don't be mad. Derek's friend's birthday. We're being social. You should try it. Did you ask if you could throw a party? Dude, it's our place too. Majority rules, 2 against 1. Interesting math. Hope the landlord agrees. Photographed everything. Beer stains on the carpet. Burn mark on the coffee table from someone's joint. Kitchen disaster zone. Why are you taking pictures? Me, documentation, habit from work. The party cleared out when I started obviously photographing damage. Megan was furious. You embarrassed me. Those were our friends. Your friends who damaged our rental. God, you're such a killjoy. This is why I'm with Derek. And yet you're still talking to me about it. She actually stammered. The truth was seeping through. She didn't want Derek. She wanted me to fight for her, to quit work and beg for forgiveness, to prove she was worth it. Instead, I sent the party photos to my email. Subject line, property damage documentation, Tuesday. But the real escalation came that weekend. Woke up Saturday to find my home office reorganized. No, not reorganized. Raided. My printer moved to Derek's room. He needed it for gig contracts. My ergonomic chair in the living room. Megan's back hurts crafting in the dining chair. My filing cabinet emptied, files stacked on my bed. We needed storage for Derek's vinyl collection. They were literally dismantling my workspace, piece by piece. Found them in the kitchen, making breakfast like nothing happened. Me. Explain the office raid. Sharing is caring, Nathan. You can't hoard resources. Yeah, man. Community property and all. Nothing here is community property. That's my printer, my chair, my filing cabinet. You mean our printer, our chair. We're all paying rent. Those are items I purchased with my money. From my work. The work that's ruining your relationship seems counterproductive, bro. The smugness, the absolute certainty they were teaching me a lesson. Me, I need those items returned. Today. Or what? You'll work even more? Hide in your room harder? Or I'll pursue legal remedies for theft. Derek laughed. Bro, we live here. It's not theft. Actually, it is. But you know what? Keep them. Consider them parting gifts. They exchange confused looks. Parting? Are you moving out? Something like that. Let them stew on that. Closing was in 12 days. Started packing my important stuff quietly. Everything else could wait. Update 3. Closing day. The 28th arrived like Christmas morning. Sat at the title company, signing papers. Mr. Peterson was all smiles. Peterson, I'm glad it's you buying the place. You've been a perfect tenant. About the current occupants. Right, Megan and Derek. What's the plan there? They'll need to relocate, immediately. Month-to-month lease, so 30 days notice? Actually, I'd prefer faster. There's been property damage. Showed him the party photos. His face darkened. They did this to my house? Our house now? But yes. Unacceptable. Want me to handle the notice? I've got it covered. Just need you to not mention the sale if they contact you. My lips are sealed. Congratulations, homeowner. Keys in hand, deed in my name. Time for the reveal. Drove home, my home, and found them in their usual positions. Derek on the couch with my ergonomic chair, Megan crafting at the dining table. Me house meeting. Now. Dude, chill, we're busy. This won't take long. Pulled out 2 envelopes. Handed one to each of them. What's this? Eviction notices. You have 72 hours to vacate. The silence was deafening. Eviction? Bro, you can't evict us. We have a lease. Had, with Mr. Peterson. I bought the house. New owner, new rules. Megan's face went through 6 emotions in 3 seconds. You bought what? The house. Closed today. You're currently trespassing in my property. Pulled out the deed, held it up like a trophy. See, Nathan Chen's sole owner. This is illegal. We have rights. You had rights until you damaged the property. Party photos, remember? That violates the lease terms. Immediate eviction for property damage. Nathan, baby, let's talk about this. Baby? I thought Derek was your priority now. I was just the workaholic, remember? I was trying to make a point, to help us. You succeeded. Point received, now pack. Derek stood up. This is insane. You bought a house just to kick us out. No, I bought a house because it was a smart investment. Kicking you out is just a perk. Megan was crying now. Real tears, not manipulating cheers. Where are we supposed to go? Not my problem. Maybe Derek's mom has room? He's so good at being present, I'm sure she'll appreciate that. You're seriously doing this over her dating me? I'm doing this because I can. You wanted my chair? My printer? My girlfriend? Cool, but you can't have my house. Started walking to my room, my master bedroom in my house. Nathan, please. I made a mistake. I choose you. Too late. You made your choice. I made mine. 72 hours. Final updater. They didn't last 72 hours. By day 2, the perfect couple was at each other's throats. Reality hit different when you're homeless. Derek couldn't crash with friends. Turns out throwing weeknight parties burns bridges. His mom lived in a studio apartment 2 hours away. No room for DJ equipment. Megan's family? They loved me. Her dad called me when he heard. Her dad, Nathan. What's this about you evicting Megan? Me. She moved in with my roommate to teach me a lesson about priorities. I learned it. Her dad, she what? That's why you broke up? Me, she didn't think we were broken up, just taking a break while she dated Derek. That girl, I'm sorry, son, we raised her better. They wouldn't take her in, said she needed to learn consequences. The 72-hour mark hit. They were still packing, arguing about whose fault this was. Megan, if you hadn't pushed the rent thing. Derek, if you hadn't suggested the office stuff. Called the sheriff. They arrived to enforce the eviction. Megan tried one last play. Nathan, I'll do anything. I'll quit my job to spend more time with you. You missed the point. I never wanted you to quit. I wanted a partner who understood ambition. Bro, this is cold. No, cold was banging my girlfriend in the next room while I paid your bills. The sheriff supervised their exit. Beautiful sight. They ended up in a motel, then Derek's mom's couch, then separated because shock. Relationships built on triangulation don't last. Megan texted 2 weeks later. Living with Derek was a nightmare. He's actually lazy, not present. You were right. That's it? Thumbs up? What did you expect? You're not my priority anymore. I made one mistake. You made a choice. Now live with it. Blocked her. Heard from mutual friends she's couch surfing. Derek's back to full-time barista, part-time homeless. Meanwhile, I'm thriving. Renovated the office, dual monitors, standing desk, the works. Turned Derek's old room into a proper guest room. Hosting clients sometimes. Business exploded. Turns out owning property adds credibility. Added 2 contract attorneys under me. Still grinding, but now it's building something mine. Started dating Patricia, a financial analyst. Met at a conference. Our first date? She brought her laptop too. We worked side by side at a coffee shop, occasionally chatting. Perfect. My ex said I loved spreadsheets more than him. My ex dated my roommate because I worked too much. Idiots. Spreadsheets don't cheat. Me and work pays for houses. We laughed. Been together 6 months. She has her own place, her own grind. We meet when we can, support when we can't. No ultimatums, no teaching lessons, just mutual respect for ambition. Last week saw Megan at a grocery store. She looked tired, worn. Nathan, hi. Megan, I heard you're doing well. The business, yeah, turns out prioritizing work works. I really messed up, didn't I? You made a choice. I made a better one. The house? I didn't know you were planning that. Because you were too busy playing games to ask about my goals. Walked away. No anger, no satisfaction. Just nothing. She's a footnote in my success story. The house is worth $395,000 now. My business cleared $200K last year. And I sleep like a baby in my master bedroom, not wondering if my girlfriend's with my roommate. She wanted me to choose between her and work. False choice. The right partner doesn't make you choose. They help you build. Derek's DJ Instagram went dark. Megan's crafting blog hasn't updated in months. Guess being present doesn't pay rent. Me? I'm exactly where my priorities led me. Turns out I had them straight all along.